as you guys know, fighting games usually have really, really strong character designs. And I mentioned offhand a few streams ago that I would like to talk about Darkstalkers. Now, if you guys don't know, Darkstalkers is a fighting game that Capcom has declared dead. Pretty much been dead and buried for 20 years now. And that makes me sad. Why does it make me sad? Because some of the most iconic fighting game characters come from Darkstalkers. So yeah, since Capcom has declared this series, you know, dead and buried, Lily's coming out of the grave for Spooky Months to say, no, fuck off.
You've been naughty.
Sword fist!
As I mentioned earlier, I have an amazing website that I use for whenever I need to draw anything from fighting games. But it has every piece of assets from any fighting game you want ever, including Guilty Gear. Animations, you fucking name it, it's all in here. This dude has been updating this website for like 50 billion years. I'm not joking. Little baby synopsis for the game. If you've never played Darkstalkers, I've never played Darkstalkers, but I know about it. Story: Demitri, the Lord of the Night, decides to hold a tournament to see which of the world's greatest monsters are worthy of the title Lord of the Night. Pyron, an alien being who believes he should rule the Darkstalkers, come to Earth to join the fray. So it's a very typical fighting game. The gimmick with Darkstalkers, similar to Skullgirls, which I'm pretty sure was inspired by Darkstalkers, at least on some level, is that they're all monsters, right? As you guys know, I'm a primo paparino monster fucker, so this is right up my alley. So, we're gonna start with the man of the hour himself, with Demitri Maximoff. The Bulge! Wave! Zoom! And enhance. Man, this dude is fucking... He's packing. Anyway, so funny thing about fighting game characters, they usually tend to have very exaggerated proportions, right? Have you seen Soul Bad Guy? That guy is like a fucking brick shit house with giant hands. Part of this is so stylistically, they look cool. The other part is, I think it has something to do with the animations and the hitboxes themselves. So you can have unique places to land a hit. Don't quote me on this. I don't play a lot of fighting games. I should have gotten someone that plays fighting games to like fucking do this with me, but whatever. He is giving vampire. I think it's mainly because of the cape. But the funny thing about this character design is that his coat is glued to his body. Vacuum sucked. So are the pants, because I can see that dick right there. But it's really funny though, right? Because even though the coat is glued to his body, there's enough volume on it that I can tell that it's supposed to be a coat. It's getting the superhero treatment. The hair is atrocious though. Daddy, Demitri, no. Yaoi hands. He looks a little bit not super pale. He's not really giving that sort of vampire, but it's giving Count, which, you know what? That's enough. That's all you need. Count is enough. Oh my god, that's better. That's the Bulge. Holy shit. Who keeps drawing the dicks in Darkstalkers? Holy shit! It's giving Miles Edgeworth, but more vampire.
Dimitri's gameplay and lore. He has a feminization attack that turns guys into girls, and girls into girlier girls.
Capcom, why? I guess sucking blood from another dude is gay? Like, he has a bimbo blast attack? Apparently! This one had no dick. This is what happens when you use roids. Your dick shrivels up and dies. Don't use them. Ooh, that one I like! Oh my god, why couldn't we have this instead? Like fucking, I want to suck your dick! I mean, no, he can't. It's gay. It is, oh my god, it is Jimmy Neutron! Wave, you know what to do.
Sodium chloride.
I like how the super straight thing has become a joke. Oh, ooh! Oh, okay, yeah, no, this dude is super straight. Where's become human? Ah! Wait, why did she change ethnicities? Is this what the woke people think that the fucking devs are doing to video games? They just go up to a straight white man and then suddenly, boom, human. Ah! She's already a girl! Why are you making it girlier? This is the woke virus. It's Demitri. It's all his fault. He goes rainbow because he's not gay at all. And then they become women. Wait, what? Oh, that was my favorite! T-Rex. Oh, how do you make a girly T-Rex? Put a sailor uniform on it. That's how I make Pokemusu. Dimitri's too straight for this, so he needs them to become women. Look, be a man that loves women so much that everything must become a woman. Yeah, Capcom, why the fuck are you sleeping on this? You would start so much discourse in the funniest way possible. I do like this. I like Demitri. Good job, daddy. And good job by making everyone woman. All right. Do you guys, do I need to introduce her? Because, mama, if you guys don't know who this bitch is, I don't know what rock you've been living under. Morrigan, sexiest woman alive. So Morrigan is a succubus. And contrary to what the internet has led you to believe, she's not
Sword fist.
Morrigan is actually super fucking nice. However, she did lose a part of herself. We'll get to that later. So sometimes she can be a little bit mean. She's not usually a piece of shit, though. She has some human disguises. She's besties with Spider-Man. Morrigan, for me, it's one of those character designs that it's so iconic that you know who she is at a glance, right? Morrigan, similar to 2B, is a character that I could probably draw from memory just because the design is so unique. Like, all the fucking iterations of Morrigan have been tippy top. She is an incredibly sexy character. This is a character that's pure sex appeal, which has led the internet to like completely writing her in a way that might not exactly go be in character. Oh, thanks so much for this.
One
for the
of my
sub.
fab bits about her is that she was the one to introduce the Japanese to the concept of succubi.
Was she?
Because the creators didn't want to make yet another vampire.
Thanks so much for the sub. That's actually a really neat tidbit. So yeah, she's a succubus. She will literally will suck your dick. Or not. I don't know if she's a bicon or not. She should be. The color combination is always goated as well. Green and purple always look good together. They're colors that clash. They don't really work. You would think they don't work well together, but if you're using one of them as an accent, the way that Morrigan's hair is, it tends to look really nice. My favorite thing about Morrigan, though, is just the amount of play on shapes. They use a lot of really interesting shapes, like the wings, and, you know, the how big her fucking tits and hips are. The leotard. The fucking bat tights are adorable, and I desperately want them. Morrigan has a shit ton of art. She's been in a lot of stuff. She's a very well-known character. One of my favorites, I would say. Like, God. I haven't drawn her in a hot minute, but I do like her a lot.
Morrigan is a succubus who feeds of any sort of stimulation, so she feeds off of fighting, and I assume platonically hanging out with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man gives her the hot gauze, and she feeds off that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Look at the play on shapes on Morrigan, right? I talked before about composition in images and characters, and like the composition for this picture is flawless because the wings and everything points to her face. You would think it points to the tits, but no, since the wings are on her head, that line from the tip of the wing on her head goes all the way down to her face, to her hairline, which is really cool. It actually makes you look right where you're supposed to, instead of at the hips, which is where most people would look because the leotard is that high cut. It's a very, very good character design. So iconic. We love iconic. Morrigan is great. Goated. Look at her!
Sword fist!
Energy! God, she's serving so much. It's not even funny. I love her so much! Oh, Jon Concord. No, werewolf! You know, I like werewolves. I've always liked werewolves. I think that they're goated, and you know, I'm not just saying that because I drew Von Lincoln this week. This is a pretty, okay, yeah, no, this is like my favorite type of werewolf. Chat, first of all, wood. Like, this is a fucking manimal. That's what you want. You want manimal, right? No bulge on this one, Sag. But I love the fucking huge feet. I like that they're using the actual werewolf legs. If you're gonna make something like a werewolf, the more you lean into like the actual monster aspect, the better. You need this thing to be feral. You need to fucking look at this thing and be like, okay, that is not a normal dog. That is not a normal wolf. That is a man that is going to either destroy me under the full moon or destroy me under the full moon. The color scheme is great. This is more like a traditional werewolf color. They draw them brown a lot in like ooky spooky, but wolves are normally gray. So I think that going with like this blue-gray tone and white works really well. Again, easy to animate, easy to remember. Look at that. Oh my God, the giant hands. I do this a lot with Musu when I'm making like anything that's mammalian. I did it with Ursaring. I usually give them, try and make them big hands because they kind of resemble paws, right? Like those claws could rip you a new one. But at the same time, they help to kind of sell the fact that this is not a normal human person at all. This isn't a dude in a mask. This is an actual monster, like B-Warb. I love the feet. The fucking legs are amazing. How tall is it? Height? 6'1". What? Short? I was expecting a 7-foot monstrosity. Short! But like he's so good. It's a great design. Sassy wolf. Oh my God. Yeah, wood, 1,000,000,000% wood. 10 million years wood. 10 million years, no! It's the same design, but like one little tweak in art style just makes it so much hotter. Is it the Dorito body? It's probably the Dorito body. He's fluffy. I want him. Oh my God, he's a twink. Why is that twink giving high gay though? He's judging you for your fashion choices. Ah! I love it when the devs make unhinged shit in the concept art. I don't know why, but it feeds my soul. Give him a fucking bone. He doesn't look intimidating at all in this art styles. Oh, look at the action lines on these animations, please. Because like when in his static image, he's standing around, but the action lines for the animations are very much animal. This is like, oh no, this is a wolf. This isn't actually a man. It's a nice little contrast to how he looks when he's standing around because it really sells the idea that this is a monster, right? Because that's the kind of the point of Darkstalkers is everything's a monster. So he starts out as like Twinkie and then becomes a wolf. How many games has this dude been on? He doesn't seem like he's been in that many. But it's really cool to see a more monstery looking design as opposed to just, you know, a dude with a wolf head. I love Von Lycaon, I do, but I think he should be a little more feral sometimes. I know why he's not, because it's more marketable that way, but it's nice to see the actual monster bit of the monster in the character. Closing thoughts, I love Wolf Daddy, love his color scheme, love the warm tones on the claws, love the silhouette, 10 out of 10 would. Oh, Felicia, my girl. I've actually drawn Felicia before. I believe she was raised by, like, nuns, which is really funny because if you look at her, it's like, she's super naked. She has such a great design, too. Like, she's another one of those characters that if you see her, you will know who she is immediately. You might not know where she's from, or you might not know her name, but you would be like, oh, I've seen her before, because she's just that good. I love Felicia. Yay! I'm biased. I like cat girls. Cat girls are kind of my thing. So Felicia for me is like, oh, mommy. The hair, though. Can we talk about the hair? Oh, the nyas are not... Oh my god, that is unreal. Look at her face. God, she's so precious. Similar to Morrigan, Felicia has a really good play on shapes. Although, Felicia's play on shape relies on what I like to call the Disgaea school of design, which is making some really big elements, exaggerating so. Her hands are huge, her feet are huge, her hair is gigantic, right? That's because those features draw the eye to them. It's a character that it's very much unintentionally sexy.
You say play with shapes, what do you mean by that?
Let me explain. So it's an artsy term, right? When you're playing with shapes, a way to make a character design interesting is to make it have a lot of different shapes and silhouettes. When you're designing a character, one of the first things that you need to keep in mind is what is their silhouette. You need to be able to tell from silhouette alone what their personality or what their vibe is. It's a pretty common exercise. Animators do it all the time. In terms of Felicia, you are playing a lot with ovals. The hands are ovals, the feet are ovals, her hair is oval. For example, if you want to make something look friendly, you make it very round. If you want evil, you make it very pointy. So on and so forth. It's a very common thing with character design. I think that Darkstalkers excels at it. Felicia's friend-shaped, so she's very round. I don't think I see a single hard angle on this character except for her claws. And even then, those are rounded. So Felicia's really great in terms of shapes. The color scheme is also dope. Her skin is not as light as someone like Morrigan. It's a little bit darker, but that's because she has high contrast with her fur being white on her legs and her arms. The ears are also very funny because it looks like a headband. It's not. They are her actual ears, but it does look like a headband. I like that her hair is such a vibrant shade of blue, though, because that's also very eye-catching. If you can't make something interesting through shapes, make it through color. If you can't make it through color, make it through texture. This is a fashion rule, by the way. It's not really character design. She also has a lot of movement. There's a lot of flow to this design. The composition to this illustration itself is very flowy. Her tail is super long. It's wrapping around her. She has those little, like, loose bits from her hair that also frame her. I also like that they use pink, like bright pink on her claws and the toe beans, because that also adds a lot of contrast to the character. But yeah, Felicia's design is pretty good, I would say. She's not dressed though. That's the thing, right? This is what I'd like to call an example of a horny design that isn't super on the nose. She's barely dressed, sure. But is that the first thing you notice when you look at her? Not really, no. You notice, wow, her hands are big, or wow, that's a lot of hair. Her being, at least to me, her being like basically naked is an afterthought because I'm mainly looking at the points of interest that the designer probably wanted me to look at. She's a cat though, she doesn't need to wear anything. It kind of leans into the feral nature of the character, which I think is sweet. She's very muscular. She has really large breasts, but you can't really tell because her shoulders are pretty wide also. Look at her, God, she's so cute. The big green eyes, like her eyes are also very innocent despite the fact that she's like, you know, naked. Which is great, very kitty, much cute. This is actually a really good way to make a character that's like a monster girl without going full furry. She's so fucking precious. Look at her. Oh my god, Felicia, she's so cute. So cute. Notice that in all of her movements, they are all incredibly quick and fluid. Like, there is, this is a lightweight character for sure. If she was in modern fighting games, she would probably be classified as lightweight. Skeety, super playful, super fluid, a great character design and a great use of shape and fluidity in a character. Good job. Bishamon! Bishamon! ¿Quién es este cabrón? Okay, this is a samurai. I'm guessing it's like an undead zombie type of vibe though. Cursed warrior, he's a normal guy. No, it's like, is it the armor that's cursed or is it him? Oh, oh my god, duh. Mouth! Teeth! Teeth on the armor! Give it to me! I want that armor! Oh my god, I want it on my body right now. Would I die immediately? Yes, maybe, but like, imagine, he can chomp off someone's head. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there are spikes on the back of his shoulders where the armor connects that makes it look like he's just wearing a demon head. That's so cool! This is also the sluttiest samurai armor I've ever seen, and I've made slutty ones. Like, there's no pants. That dick is free and swinging under there. I can fucking guarantee it, though. It might not be the most interesting character design out there, but it has some interesting tidbits. It's a good design, I would say, mainly because it has a really, eye-catching point of interest, that being the head on his torso.
The armor is haunted. Whoever wears it is a slave to it.
Oh, bitch, so it's one of those, like, crazy Japanese items. Thanks so much for the follow that, like, if you put it on or interact with it, it enslaves your soul. Also, slut! These are designs that you can't put a lot of stuff in them. Back in the day, guys, remember when video games used to be, like, what, 10 megabytes or less? And these were in arcade machines, right? Like, these weren't even in consoles. These were in arcade machines. So if you wanted to have an interesting cast, you needed to make it super diverse. These, for me, are the precursors to, like, gachas, because they are characters that basically sell on design alone. When you're playing a video game like this, when you, like, go to an arcade with your friends, you're like, fucking, what, 10 years old, un moko, you see? You don't pick the character because of the moveset, because you don't know what it is. You pick the character from what it looks like. It's like, oh shit, a badass samurai-looking ass motherfucker with a face in his stomach, gimme! I'm sorry, but, like, little boys love that shit. It's genius. I wish that more video games did this. I know that right now, the current trend with design is to make things busy, but I do think that there is an art form to making designs that are simple, but eye-catching. This one's definitely it. I feel, though, chat is correct in one sense, that if it was not for the face on his torso, I would not think about this character twice. It would just be like, oh, a samurai dude, okay. But it has a fucking schnoz coming out from between his tipples, bitch. That's very eye-catching. It's very cool. It's very, oh, shibe. It's very, very cool. Also, the armor is slutty. He's like, cheeks bare under that. Look at the concept art. This is actually really, really cool. You can tell that this dude knows his fucking shit because I can see the cubes. I can see the cubes in the background to give that helmet volume because that shit is so hard to draw. So, like, when you are drawing items for a character, even clothing, especially stuff that's bulky, the best thing you can do is draw a cube around it and then draw from there because that's gonna tell you where the volume should be. This dude knows his shit. The face laughs too, that's so dope. The fact that a lot of the attacks rely on the face on the armor is so clever too, because that tells you that the one that's actually calling the shots is the armor, not him. It's fucking dope. Final thoughts on Samurai. I love the fucking face on his torso. I like that it's basically an Oni. This is slutty fucking samurai armor, and I might steal this for a Pokemusu if I do fucking need it. In a bit. Lord Raptor! Oh my god, lizard person. Is it a lizard person or is it a zombie? Zombie! Me immediately. Oh my god, I saw Raptor and I thought lizard person. Okay. First of all, why is he low-key serving?
Fist!
There's a lot of pizzazz and a lot of movement to this character, which is ironic because zombies are usually pretty stiff, so giving so much fluidity to a character like this takes a decent amount of thinking behind the design. Okay, yeah, he's definitely giving Rockstar. I see the British flag tips me off the fact that this is a rock fan. Okay, again, this Gaia school of design, right? His fucking vertebrae are massive, the fucking feet are gigantic, the hands are gigantic. This is the same type of anatomy that I feel like if they stylized it a little bit more, Billy would have in Zenless. Tall, lanky, kind of really wide shoulders, super skinny, because, like, I mean, he's dead, right? I've noticed a lot with Darkstalkers, the color palette seems to lean either very heavy cold or very heavy warm with an accent from the opposing side. So, like, this is a very cold character color scheme with some warm accents. Mainly, like, the gloves and the feet, and also the Union Jack on his thigh there. Also, a lot of these characters, I don't know if I'm right here, people who are fans of fighting games, please tell me. I think the reason why they had such limited color palettes was also because of the pixel art. They couldn't do anything that was, like, super complicated, so they had to really watch it with the colors. But for the actual designs, though, I feel like this works. I've always said that when it comes to color work, less is more. So I think for me, the perfect amount of colors to put on a character is 4. You don't need more color because the more colors you start adding, the more places your eyes are gonna look to. And it's gonna be distracting. It's a lanky fucker, like it's a zombie, it's so fucking dead. But at the same time, it has a playfulness to it that tells you that this is a silly dude. It's a great, I've mentioned this before, right? How limitation breeds creativity. They had a limitation of not that much memory, not that much pixel space to work with, and needing really precise animations. So they overcame that limitation by making designs that were very wacky and eye-catching with just a few things. Amazing, amazing work. Really good. I would pick this character on looks alone. He looks so silly. I love him so much. Oh! Addition, holy shit, it's like the head on top of the guitar. That's so fucking funny. Look at that! God, the artist that did this shit is like, oh my god. No, ass. Well, no, it's a skeleton. It's a zombie. He's dead. What do you mean, ass? Where do you want that cake to be?
I love these type of streams. Currently in nostalgia mode, I miss this series.
I never played this and I missed this series, and I'm glad you do, thank you, because I feel like going back and talking about old design work is important, because this shit is, for me, it's good inspiration for work, but it's also fun to go back and look at this stuff and see how design has evolved through the years. Tell me that this doesn't look like a sprite a YouTuber would use to speak.
Lord Raptor here. Today's video is about how erotic justice is woke garbage.
Wait, shush. You leave erotic justice alone. Oh, that's so silly. Yeah, this dude is very slapstick. I love that. And like fighting games specifically need to have really fast animations, so they don't have really big frame counts. For example, I have a lot of the Skullgirls animations because I like to go through them. It might seem like they have a lot of frames. They don't. They just run at really, really high frame rates. And that's because they need to balance animations with every character against every character. Making a fighting game takes for fucking ever because with every unit that you add, you have to do balancing. And that's part of that is in the animation work.
Raptor freaking balling.
But yeah, final thoughts. This character is goofy as fuck. I love his vibe. I could tell what his personality was, and just by looking at him, this is masterful character design. Good job, Darkstalkers. Look, next. Oh my god, what is this?
Yummy mummy.
Oh, that is not a mummy, that's a golem. That's like a whole sarcophagus came to life and grew arms. El sarcófago cobró vida. So if you know, like, this is definitely like a sillier take on a mummy. I know a lot about mummification because I was one of those Egypt nerds growing up. I was that kid. A mummy, by design, should be desiccated, should be super skinny, because it has no moisture. To mummify a corpse, you kind of need to suck all the water out of it, otherwise the bacteria in your body will make it decompose. So the fact that this dude is so buff tells me two things. One, they didn't give a shit, they just wanted to make a muscly man mummy. Two, that's all bandages in there. It's like a stuffed bra of bandage. He's just been wrapped over 50,000 times, and he has like a steel plate in there, and underneath all of that is a lanky ass dude. Turn him into human jerky. Yeah. That's a way to put it, isn't it? He was actually 10 times more jacked in his human life. No! So this is him desiccated. This is dehydrated mummy. Oh my god! Please wave. I need the picture of the Captain America with the giant fucking pecs. Stat. The Pharaoh's curse. No. Do not curse of Ra in chat. Stop it. Curse of Ra so at the Darkstalkers dev so they make more games. No! Chat! Yeah! Let me look at this dude from the front. Holy shit. Oh my god. What can I say about this except large? Holy shit. This is a very simple character design, but you know what it is immediately, thanks to not so much the bandages, because the bandages are actually not very easy to see, and they would probably not be very easy to see in the sprite either. But you can tell what it is from the Egyptian mask, from the fact that it's like white and the accents on it. Like, Egypt has a lot of very specific shapes they used in ancient Egypt to decorate themselves, and they use a lot of angles. They use a lot of straight lines, a lot of rectangles, a lot of prisms, and a lot of triangles. So this dude is incredibly recognizable as a mummy just from the headpiece alone. And the armbands are also great. I have to imagine that this is a heavy hitter. This is the dude that he literally, if he doesn't fucking faceplant on you, I want my money back, Darkstalkers. Oh my god, he just kicked through us. Yeah, and oh, that's how he wakes up in the morning. Sigma energy. Grind set by the power of Ra. Kicks up. Oh, that is dope.
Built like a fridge and fucks like the beasts in heat.
Mama, wheelchair. If you're gonna get fucked by that, get ready to fucking end up in the ER in a good way. Look at okay, this is such a neat tidbit. So in Egyptian culture, eyes were huge, right? You guys know about the Eye of Horus, like a very, very commonly used symbol in Egyptian artwork. I love that they put it on his hands. It's so creative because he's wearing a mask, so you can't really see his eyes through there. You put it on the hand, boom, grabs you by the forehead, you fucking touch eyeball, disgusting, yeets you, he wins the fight. The Eye of Horus was a big thing, but eyes in general were huge in Egyptian culture. They're everywhere. So the fact that they put one on his hands was a neat little design tidbit that kind of goes to, oh my god, see? He is super wrapped up and desiccated under there. I was right! So this is concept art. He was a little bit less, oh, I love that. He was a little bit less built in that, a little bit more mummy. This one looks a little bit more desiccated. I think that the brick shithouse mummy is objectively hilarious. Oh my god, that's awful. This relied heavily on the cubes. This has a lot of volume and it's very much blocky. I have a book called Anatomy for Sculptors. Oh, is that his wife? That's so cute. I have a book called Anatomy for Sculptures that basically blocks out the human body into segments before teaching you how the anatomy actually works. There's illustrations like this that show you how to block out hands and shit. Well, that's actually really cute. His small queen, that's so cute! Where was that dick gonna go? Not in there, mama. That was not gonna fit. Don't worry about it, size queen. Oh my god, that's so cute! T-pose for dominance. Love the snake bandage attack. That's so clever. Wait, were there skinny legs I saw in that last, Oh my god, he is skinny under there! It's all bandages! It is a really weird playstyle, but I actually kind of appreciate that. Like, the unique movesets always make me very happy. That kick, oh my god, that kick is the stiffest thing I've ever seen, but it's somehow perfect. Just thoop. Yeah, Luva in a dream. Look at the size of it, oh my god. Clown sarcophagus, how did they fit so much shit in there? Okay, so one of his specials is making people into a mummy and then yeeting them into the stratosphere. Wait, is that, oh, it's his queens. Dude, I love his little attendants. They're hot. Look at them, beautiful mummy ladies. Oh my god, that looks awful. Final notes on Big Pharaoh Daddy. Brick Shithouse, his wife is a size queen. This is a very good design just from how iconic it looks. It's giving Halloween costume, but in the best way possible. I enjoy this, good job. Rikuo, what are you? Oh, it's fish. It's like the monster from the Green Lagoon. Fuck 'em all, fish man. Merman. I like this, I like this, I like this. He's so cool. Look how cool that is. He has no dick. Anything can have a dick if you're brave enough. Look at him! He's so pretty! In game, he's described as so attractive that straight dudes are confused. Oh, Dimitri's sweating. Dude, this dude has 3 colors and I'm all for it.
Fishonin.
I'm leaving. Thanks so much for the super chat. Fishonin, stop. I'm fucking leaving. Chat, what is this? This is another example of great shape play. So like this dude is all angles. There is not a soft bit of this guy's body at all. This is giving side-on, but a little bit wilder. Sidon is like super sweet. He's like a golden retriever. He's more friend-shaped. This dude is sharp. So you're saying he's hard? No, he's angular. Like, why is he serving so much fist? No. Oh, fish bahonky. Dude. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I get that everyone wants to fuck this dude. This is such a pretty person. Like, they made it even, like, that's such an interesting take on shapes and colors as well. There's like 3 colors here. I love this man. Fish cheeks. So like, that's the thing about like super muscular dudes. They don't always have a big butt. Look at his face, such a weird face too. I love it when character designers lean into the weirdness of things and don't make just beautiful human face with monster features. 14, I'm looking at you. You should have made femme Hrothgars look more like furries and less like the fucking cats from Cats the Musical. He also has a wife. Dude, I want to be his wife. He's so pretty. So like, fish are very speedy. He's very pointy. The bulk of this character design relies on the fins, and they did great because they frame his body, they help the action line. That already tells me everything I need to know. It's an attractive fish man. Super webbed fingers, really long claws. You can tell how he fights just like at a glance. I really like that they used a warm shade of green. So green is normally a cool tone color, it always is. But if you add yellow to green, you get like lime green, which is a warmer green. That means that his color palette is a little bit on the warmer side in general, but then they actually slapped a very warm tone on there with the orange on the fins, which is good, because it means that your eye immediately goes up to the action line from the fins, right up to his face, which is like a cream color. It's not a cool toned white, it's a warm toned white. It works so well. It's a very simple design, but as most of these have been, incredibly eye-catching. He has a wife and an ugly child. Like, I like the design for this, but that child, ooh. Is that Sonic? Stop! Chat, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? I'm trying to be informative and talk about character design, and chat is just saying stupid shit like Fishonen and making me laugh. Fish tits. Oh my god. Yes, fish daddy. Fish aren't slow, usually. Felicia, you can't sit on people's... Dude, he could have licked right up that booty hole, and she would probably not even cared. Actually, wait, he did lick at the butt. Look at him go, baby! Final thoughts on Rikuo. Very attractive fish man. Wood. An American legend! The Sasquatch! Bigfoot. Oh my god, he's so silly. Why is he... Wait, if you're a Sasquatch, why are you white? That's a Yeti. Oh my god, Lily, you can't just ask people why they're white. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so friend-shaped. So remember how I said earlier that shapes help kind of sell a character's personality? This dude, while being a little blocky on the hands and feet, his whole deal is round. Big hug. Look at his face. It's like dopey, right? It kind of looks like the androids from Nier. Like super wide set eyes, huge doopy smile, big teeth, the little baby nose. He's friend-shaped. I want to give him a cuddle. Also, the shackles on his feet imply that someone has caught him before and he just shook it off. That's so fucking funny. Ah! Like, it has fucking giant strong muscle man arms, but like the face is so cute. You know what this is kind of giving though? This is giving Digimon a little bit. It's giving Muscle Mountain Mon. Is that an actual Digimon, by the way? I don't even know what I'm saying. Ah! Look at him! Look how cute. Oh my god. You know what it is? If Waka grew a body. Lily, remember your genocides! Ah! That's the face. That's the face it makes at me when it tells me to remember my genocides. He's friend-shaped. And it's all because of the shapes that they used for him. And he's fuzzy, and his face is dopey. Look how cute he is. Those are character design traits that make a character look more approachable, as if they're soft. Oh my god, wow, wow. Vor. Oh, okay. Okay. So final notes, very friend-shaped. What a good character design. Big, strong, friend-shaped, fuzzy. I love him. I want 50. That's what Waka's gonna do to you, Louie. I'm gonna have nightmares. Oh my god, Frankenstein! This is like the most, like, almost yassified Frankenstein that I've ever seen. All the characters in Darkstalkers animate really well because the designers really knew how to play with shapes. I've said this 50 times in this video and I'm gonna keep repeating it. It's such a good use of it and such a good use of silhouette that I'm genuinely not surprised at all that the characters in Darkstalkers animated as well as they did. I think if a woman made Victor, yeah, she would have made something like this. Dude, I love this! That's fucking dope. Another thing, the big hands, right? Like, you can tell where the attacks land from. If they don't have a weapon, in fighting games, they don't tend to. Fighting games don't usually have weapons. It's usually, like, fucking fists. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I think I did notice this while I was playing Street Fighter 6. Characters in Street Fighter 6 have slightly bigger hands and feet than normal humans do. And that's because they want to draw attention to that because those are your weapons, right? It's these fists and these feet. And Frankenstein having really big hands and feet makes sense. Like, this is a dude that was stitched together. Ironically enough, mainly warm color palette. Is that a nod to the OG Frankenstein being green? Who knows? But I think it works, though. Like, his skin is a very cool tone, but I think they wanted mainly to breathe a little bit more life into this character, because we already have a lot of cool tone characters in this cast. And Frankenstein was originally green. I also really like the gloves, and I like that he's missing a sleeve. That kind of ties back to the whole stitched together concept, because it looks like his shoulder blade, his entire delt, and hell, part of his pecs was stitched on. That just kind of reminds you what his deal is without you having to show 50,000 stitch marks all over his body, because again, you can't add details like that back in the day. His bolts are actually pretty high up on his head. The OG Frankenstein had his bolts on his neck. They put these on the actual sides of his temple, and that's why his hair kind of looks like a banana. But I think that works though, because it tells you it's Frankenstein without you needing to look too closely. Oh man, oh, gigantic, brick shit house. Again, good use of cubes, very blocky. There's a lot of block in these character designs. Again, easier to animate. If you have simple shapes, nothing fucking ruins an animation.
Victor doesn't have cake. It's not even a bakery. He has a bread factory in his back pocket. Hell
yeah. So, like, nothing ruins animation more than inconsistency. If you're doing hand-drawn animations, with all of these were, by the way, all of these were frame-by-frame pixel art, you need to keep your shapes consistent or things are gonna jump around frame by frame. The way that animations work, if you have a team, you have someone that says keyframes, and then you have someone that in-betweens for you. With fighting games, as I said before, you can't use a lot of frames, so consistency is so important. If you simplify the shapes, it's much easier to animate the shit. Much much easier. The bolts on the neck, I think, is under copyright. What, really? It's giving, Rogadin a little bit. It's like Undead Tim. Why am I starting to be attracted to this Frankenstein? Because he fucking pulls. I do like that, that's so cool. I said before, the size of his hands and feet are a play probably on the way that he fights, and I was right. Almost all of the characters that have exaggerated features use said exaggerated features in their moveset. And you'll notice the fucking pixel art for this. It's pretty straightforward animation. His moveset isn't super complicated, but at the same time, he is pretty animated. Like, he's not stiff. The idol for the character, it just kind of plays on the fact that he's huge, which is great. Again, fighting game characters normally don't have weapons, so they will use their body. Drawing attention to a part of his body that is actually doing the attack when you have a limited number of frames, limited number of memory, and limited number of colors you can use in details is a great way to animate the character and over-animate the character just enough so that the input for the attack works. I want to motorboat him. No! Booty cheeks! I want to get out of the lab, but the sound of my butt cheeks clapping keeps giving me away. There it is! That's how I want to suffocate my enemies, chat. This feels like something Burple would do. Booty, 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 booty. Wait, please play 2 seconds of Miss New Booty before YouTube copyright claims me. Thank you.
Bread. Factory.
Yeah! I heard he was designed by a woman who was into ass. Oh, I love that. This dude is packing so much masculinity that the woman version is pretty androgynous. The tits are out. Dude, if he slaps you, you go to Jupiter. And if he claps you with those cheeks, you're fucking getting buried the next day. And that was Victor. Really, really good silhouette. Very, very easy to animate in a good way. Very much appreciate the details on the stitching being a different color, so it's easier to see. Phobos! Huitzil! Oh, ese mi gente! Huitzil, cabrón! Like, there's always a robot in these games. I don't know if you guys remember, like, that stereotype from, like, the Indiana Jones types characters that there's, like, a golden idol. They did it in Aladdin. I feel like that is that idol come to take revenge on all the stupid, dumbfuck adventurers that tried to pick it out of its tomb. Stop picking me up, you're ruining my house, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. Again, this one, it's pretty clear cut. For a robot, it's fairly simple in design. So, robotic stuff is tricky, right? I can't draw machine stuff or shit. But I can tell you this much. If you want to make something look mechanical, the best thing you can do is segment it. So this has very clear segments. It has a segment for its forearms. It has a segment for its shoulder. Big shoulder. It has segments for the hands, the thighs, the feet. Usually what you should do is you leave space for the joints because that's the part of the body that has the most movement. Like, your legs bend at the knee and bend at the hip. So you need to have a segment there to allow the character movement. If you add mechanical details in those parts, like those little, like, it looks like they're like almost springs in a way, that sells robot already without you having to do a ton of detail work for it. And keep it a very simple face. This looks like a robot. It kind of looks like the face for the machine where you could trade in for ancient shit at Breath of the Wild, if I'm not mistaken. This is what makes me mad. It says it's from Mexico, but it's based on Dogu clay figures from Japan. Yeah, this isn't very Mexican. If you wanted Mexican, cabeza de olmeca, cabrón. One of the most recognizable bits in Mexican archaeology, other than, you know, is cabezas de olmeca. The Olmeca heads, which were, I think, Olmec in origin. I don't know if you guys remember Legends of the Lost Temple, that Nickelodeon show that had a mascot called Olmeca, that was like a head. They should have made it that. If you're gonna give it a Mexican name, because that name is Mexican, give it a Mexican vibe as well. It gives robot without doing too much extra work. Like, this kind of reminds me of Samus's power suit in a way, big shoulders. But it's much more mechanical in nature, mainly because it doesn't really feel like a person in a suit. And also, things of note, this is a monotone color scheme for the most part. This character design relies on contrast when it comes to its color. From the gold on its body, and then having contrasting assets in the joints, in the black lines of the joints. I think that you can make characters that are monotone, but if you're gonna make characters that are monotone, rely on contrast to draw the eye. It's gonna be much easier for people to understand what your color scheme for your character is and what the vibe is if you're using contrast. Look at Tubi. Tubi has like 2 colors. That looks so dope though. This character almost looks like it's in 3D, but again, it's very simple shapes. This is very easy to animate, right? Like, it's circles, and circles with some few straight lines. It's stuff that if you sit down and try and animate this, you're not gonna have too much trouble because it's stuff that you can almost puppet. Yeah, he looks 3D also because he's segmented. It's very clever. So if you're gonna have a robot character like this, I'm actually really glad looking at these character animations that he actually has weapons. When it comes to fighting game characters, I think the only ones that can pull out crazy weapons are the robot ones. This guy has like the chainsaw, the lance, stuff that comes out of his feet, stuff that comes out of his hands. That's the thing that gives robot to me if it's moving. And it's usually, like, if you'll notice, the character himself barely moves when he's attacking. Unlike Felicia, that had very fluid animations, because Cat, this is a robot, this is stiff, so all of his attacks kind of rely on him yeeting something at you, and if he uses mobility, it's going to be mobility in a way that's very static, like that, like the floating. It's very, very clever. But yeah, final thoughts. It's a really cool character. I wish it had a Japanese name instead of a Mexican one, because that is not a Mexican statue. Other than that, though, it's such clean character work. It only has 2 colors. My designer brain is happy with this. The pelvis hook. Pyron! I know it's Pyron. Leave me alone. So, we can't have a monster or anything without having an elemental character. And fire tends to be the most, used element when it comes to making elemental designs. Probably because fire is really, it's fun to watch, and it's also fun to sit. It's fun to light fires. I'm sorry. Like, there's a pyromaniac child in all of us, so it has a lot of motion. Fire moves a lot. You could use water as well, but water, I feel, would not hit as hard. There's nothing quite as painful as a burn, I would say, and I feel like making, for a fighting game character, fire good. Also, poor Victor. Frankenstein hates fire, so ooh. It's really cool, though. It's really, really cool. Because this is basically just a giant hulking man made out of fire. It's pretty straightforward. It's about as straightforward as it gets. There's not that much to say about the design, but I do like how they played with the fire shape. They look like solar flares. The surface of the sun isn't solid. It's kind of like magma. It's like gas is burning and combusting and shit, and it makes a lot of energy. That's where solar flares come from. I think it's cool because it kind of gives the, if you know anything about solar flares and physics, it gives the idea that he's storing up energy. It's about to fucking snap. It's going to collapse on your ass. He is going to make fucking lose it, and it's going to be everyone's problem. I love that. I really love that. And fire is also very fun to draw. There's a lot of really cool shapes you can do. This is a primarily warm-toned character, but also a fun fact, when fire burns really hot, it turns blue. So they do add some cool colors here and there to offset that, which I think works really well. It's plasma. Yeah, it's plasma. Final Fantasy horns. Oh, no. What did they do to my boy? I feel like the older illustrations have a lot more charm, mainly because the sketchy lines add a lot of fluidity to these types of illustrations. When you're making something like an elemental, you should not use really blocky shapes, because it's very fluid.
Gil has a Pyron skin in Street Fighter V. It's banned from tournament play.
Why? Also, fun fact, this character must have been a bitch to animate. If you've ever animated fire, I have. It's a pain in the ass, right? Because it's very unpredictable. You have to make it has a logic to it, but it's a logic that's not very easy to make sense. So whoever animated this dude probably did a really good job. It's banned because the opponent can't see the character's limbs. But let's look at the animations, because I feel like this one might have been a pain in the ass. Yep, my condolences to the poor animator that had to tackle this character. So making those pixel effects, they're really fun to make, but they have a science behind them. I feel like this might have burnt off a few eyeballs. Oh my god, it's very pretty. It's absolutely beautiful, but like, holy shit, the animator's pobres. I can guarantee you this was the hardest thing to animate in the entire game. It's a very simple design. It relies a lot on fluidity. Oh, that punch is beautiful. Also, it relies a lot on action lines for the animations. It looks great. It looks really, really good. Oh, my animator fucking brain hurts just looking at this. Like, a good animation exercise would be to break down one of these sprites and redo it. But, souffle, if you're gonna do that, yeah. Final thoughts on Pyron, though. A tricky character to animate for sure. I love the concept. I like the solar flares a lot. I genuinely like that it's one color, but you can tell what his deal is from a glance, which is basically all you need to know. Thanks so much for the follow. And what you need to know is fire hot, fire of the burn. Hell yeah. Okay, so with these other games, I'm not gonna go to the characters that this is Darkstalkers 2. We're gonna go with characters that are new, right? If we've already seen the character, I'm not revisiting it. We're gonna go with new stuff. Donovan Baine. Oh, Fabio. Dude, the hair. Oh, that's so cute. Who is this child that he's protecting? I want to protect her. Oh, he's a Daphne. Okay, that's like, if I'm not mistaken, if my monster fucking lore is correct, that's a half vampire. Yes, he's so cool. Okay, so this is a game that's a little bit more modern. I don't know how many years passed between the first Darkstalkers and this one, but they're sticking to their roots of making really eye-catching but simple designs. This dude has 3 design elements, 4 if you count the fetus, and they're making really good use of them. They're really big beads, the fucking pants, and the braid, right? Like, it's a very simple design, as have most of the Darkstalkers ones been, but it works really well because this is giving, like, what, monk? He looks like a JoJo character. He does. Again, the fucking Disgaea school of character design, right? Which is big elements, stuff that's really eye-catching, stuff that's really simple. This guy kind of sells that, right? The child is really sweet. He's trying to protect her. I can tell at a glance. I love his weapon. This is one of the few characters that I've seen in Darkstalkers that actually has a weapon. No pants, just skirt. BBE. Oh, it's a skirt. Okay, it's just that tight. Okay. Yeah, so far this is the most human-looking one besides Demitri, and, well, Morrigan is pretty monster-y. He kills monsters, like he's a monster hunter. Okay, I didn't really get that vibe looking at him. He does give the vibe of protector, though, strong warrior and whatnot. That does read in the character look. Some of the stuff, when it comes to designing characters might not translate well at a glance. You should do your best to try and make a character's personality known at a glance, but sometimes you can't do it. The amount of fluidity a character has, usually you can tell it by the illustration. If a character is really stiff or it's going to be like a really heavy hitter, you can tell because they're illustrated in a way that's really stiff. This dude looks like he has a lot of flexibility. He looks like he can move. The sword is also amazing. I like that the child is featured prominently in every single one of these. Like, she's really cute too. I don't know if you guys will notice, the kid has an opposing color scheme to his. He has a warm color scheme. She has a cold color scheme. She has warm toned hair, but the main thing that your eyes go to is the skirt, which is blue. So having them having opposing color schemes works very well, mainly because you need contrast, and that's like the thing he's trying to protect. You will end up looking at the kid just from the color contrast alone. Very clever, very clever. JoJo pose, oh yeah. Since the kid is part of his character design in a way, they had to keep the same consistent rules for coloring, but you just inverse the palette. That's allowed, and that's actually a really, really good way to make character designs that complement each other. For example, I'm watching ReZero, right? I've met the maids. I've met Rem and Ram. They're so cute. And they have opposing color schemes. They have pink and blue. Each one of them has their hair color in accessories in their outfit, particularly their headband. So Rem has pink in her headband, Ram has blue in her headband. It's little stuff like that that kind of ties characters together as a cohesive unit just by color. You don't need to do this with silhouette exactly. You can do it with the color just to show that a character is part of a unit. There's a lot of fluidity to the character in general. Like, the hair helps, so does like the beads and the skirt. Pretty good character design overall. Love the color scheme, love the shapes, especially the beads. God, that's so cool. Love how fluid it looks, and I really like the animations, and I like that he has a weapon. It's fun to see weapons in these fighting games. That's another thing I love about this website. This is an older version. This website is really fucking cool because it tells you everything about all the lore. So this is the companion unit to the last one that we saw. This is an older version, I think. Mainly cold color scheme, but she contrasts his really, really well. She's a support character. I'm not gonna go into detail about Anita because she's a unit with another character, but well, let's see her animations because I do think she is in-game. Yeah, there she is. Tiny, tiny baby. Look at her face. Look at her little baby face. Oh, that's so cute. She's very precious, very friend-shaped. Who's pointing a gun at her? Who's that idiot? Oh, I like this one. Hsien-Ko. Okay, I love this bitch. I've seen this character around so much. She is one of my favorite designs in Darkstalkers. She's so fucking cute. So this is a Chinese jumping zombie, to be exact, I believe. There's so much I could say about her design, but my favorite thing is the hands. Oversized body parts are so important to shit like fighting games. I've mentioned why before, but this character takes it up to 11 because her hands are huge, huge, huge claws. They drag onto the floor almost. Jiangxi, yes. Vampire, actually, yes, they hop around. She's so cute, like, her face is adorable, her hands are huge. Her body's pretty normal outside of that. Like, I also like that despite the fact that this character is pretty much covered head to toe, it's pretty sexy. Like, she has her little boob window, her waist is snatched. I love her because there's a real playfulness to this character, similar to Felicia, but it's a playfulness that's a little bit more, more threatening, because her... Dude, those claws be packing some damage, I'm sorry. She could swipe at you and destroy your entire life. She has a similar thing to Baine from GG, where she has gadgets in her sleeve, including giant claws. She just has normal hands. Oh, okay. Also, I look at the colors. Like, dead zombie, primarily cool toned, but they added a lot of warmth with the yellow and the plum of her outfit to kind of contrast how cold the character is. Otherwise, I think that she would have been a little bit too monotone for my taste, but I really like the plum, the shades of pink. That makes her seem a little bit more alive, but just enough so that the character is not boring to look at. Okay, yeah, you guys are right. She can move those at will, but she does seem to have normal hands underneath. This is a character that she's very cute. It's sexy, but cute at the same time. I don't quite know how they did it with this one. Might just be that she seems friend-shaped almost. She probably gives great hugs. Dude, the hands, I'm obsessed with the hands. The arms also have a lot of movement. You'd think that with having hands that big, they would be really clunky, but no, they're very, it has a lot of movement in the sleeves. She does have normal arms! Don't shatter the illusion for me, game. I thought she had giant hands forever. Well, if I ever do draw her, now I know that she has normal hands. The concept art for her is so good. Oh, so cute. Dude, I live for the boob window. It's very creative. The big sleeves are big creative. I actually really can't wait to see the animations for this, because I imagine she has a very interesting moveset. Baby! Chat, don't fuck the Chinese vampire, you die! Shh, chat, you're fine. Oh, I like that she has normal arms, actually. That helps. This is the triangle of this character is adorable. I'm still horny posting, but it's mostly because it's adorable. Just... There we go. Chat, triangle with me. Look how cute she is. That's a pout. I always think that like going over character designs won't take me 10 years, but I forget how much I yap. Oh my god, oh, did her head just do an exorcist in that first one? Ew. Look at how much the animations have improved, by the way, in just a few years. This is because we have more storage space, so you can add a little bit more frames. You can add a little bit more detail as well, but notice how the talisman on her forehead, you can't make out any actual characters on there, and that's by design. You need to simplify when you're making pixel art and sprites like this. It's super, super cute. There's a lot of movement to it. Oh, I love her. Darkstalkers, Capcom, please, more. The hopping, the hand movements, it's genuinely so fucking cute. I love her so much. God, she's my favorite. That's like 90s anime magic. That art style, that face style, that is the most 90s anime I've ever seen. I love it! She gives more thing out of all the. She would be a pink thing if she was pink. That might be why I like her so much. She has goblin energy. Final thoughts for Hsien-Ko, one of my favorite Darkstalkers designs, bar none. So cute. 10 out of 10 would. And that's everyone from Darkstalkers 2. Let's go! Next one! Oh, BB Hood, Buleta. Okay, so we're leaning a little bit more away from monsters, and towards fairy tale in general.
The real monster of Darkstalker is a little human girl.
Why is everyone in chat saying Ebo? Why is everyone in chat saying Ebo? I think that it sticks to the fairy tale pretty closely. Little girl in a red hood, really cute dress. The apron is so fluffy, basket. I don't see the Ebo yet, but I'm pretty sure I will because chat is yelling about it. I really... Oh. Well. I mean, that's a way to do it, I guess. Gone?
You know Mo Gap? She's EBIIL Gap.
That makes me like her more, though. She's unhinged. What the fuck is this level of crazy? I love that. That's so cute. And then that's... Oh my god, there she's grabbing a gun! Oh, her energy's unhinged. Oh, I love her. Oh my god, chat, I love her. No, don't reach into the gun basket. Like, the design is so simple. It doesn't have anything, like, huge going for it, but it's still memorable because of the gun! What do you mean she's 22? Well, if you have pure evil in your soul, your growth gets stunted. America, Is that a knife in the apple? Please get away from that dog. Stop. Oh my god, I love her. It's money! Oh, she's lily coated. I'm sorry. This is Lily Goth energy. If I ever play Darkstalkers, I know who I'm gonna become. I was gonna be like, oh my god, I have to do Morrigan. No, this creature. No, Lily Badly. She's so funny though! Was this like the direct inspiration for peacocking Skullgirls? Because it's giving the same energy. She's a maniac. Dude, the energy is fucking... The vibes are immaculate. I'm sorry. She's so good. Character design very nearly monotone in color, by the way. It's a very iconic design. There's not much to say about Little Red Riding Hood's design, but it's made more unique to me by gun, and by the fact that, fun fact, the gun is the only cool tone thing in her kit. Everything else is a warm tone, minus her eyes and the gun. Is that a Molotov cocktail? Oh, she knows how to deal with her feelings. Bottle up them feelings, Molotov cocktail beach. This is the most goblin energy I've ever seen. Stop! Oh my god. Is that a cigarette? She's awful!
Her trait is being subtle. She knows she looks adorable, and she'll make every death look like an accident.
I love this chick! Oh, dude, I love this fit. Yeah, like, when you're making a character that's a human, you need to give them, in a game about fighting monsters that, like, has all monsters, you need to give her an edge. I feel like the gun was perfect. This is also, like, the era where, like, the internet was only just becoming a thing, chat, where the internet was, like, a lawless land. I feel like a character... Oh my god, I love her. I think like a character like this, in this day and age, she would be a hit. I think people would love her energy. Like, I'm sorry, she's unhinged. Look at her. She's fucking hilarious. Don't kick Cammy in the face. Stop! This is such a good character. This is the perfect example of a character that shines through personality. The design might be a little bit on the... I wouldn't say bland, but like not super snazzy, but the personality carries it. Because here's how I know it was memorable, chat, because as soon as you guys saw her, you started screaming evil. So like the basket, did she just fucking pop a mine out of her hoo-ha? That's so fucking funny. I'm sorry, that's great. Oh, well, how snapping the wolf's neck is appropriate, isn't it? Yeah, no, okay, BB Hood, Buleta, BB Hood, she's so fucking funny. You give her an apple. Oh, teeth. Dude, this character is a godsend. I love her so much. Holy shit. Did she inspire Peacock? Because she has very similar energy. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch. Holy shit. What the fuck? That was, yeah, no, I'm floored. I love this character. Yeah, no, 10 out of 10. Queen Bee. Oh my god, I've seen her before. I might have seen porn of you at some point. Like, oh my god, that's so cute. First of all, las chichis. She's adorable. Look how cute that is. That's like the best way to make a bee girl without going full bug. I go full bug because I'm a degenerate. For a fighting game, I feel like it's better if you go more human in your anatomy. You exaggerate where you can. It's kind of like how Raptor wasn't like a full zombie. But the thing that draws me to this character, it's the eyes. She has bug eyes. She has like solid black sclera. Normally that would look really creepy. But again, play with shapes. She's very round. She's so round that she looks friendly instead. Instead of looking gaunt and scary and oh my god, bug eyes, it looks cute and squishy and playful, and that's so adorable. It's a very simple design, but there's details where it counts. They use the bee details on the top of her bodice. The fucking fluff around the neck and arms is a great touch. The pointy kneecaps, that I wasn't expecting, but I like. The wings are really cute and the back of the thing is really cute. The hair is great. I think that short hair for this character was a great choice, mainly because you want the attention to focus on the rest of her body because of the bug features. This is a bodysuit, which for a fighting game is great, but the details of the bodysuit in the patterns and the fur really sells bee. This is really giving beads for me. It's so cute. I'm gonna fucking cry. Honeybee Lovely would love this person, which is really funny, right? You would expect a bee character to have a very heavy yellow color scheme, but they decided to go against that and lean more to flower colors, specifically lilac, which is great. Because bees, as you guys know, are pollinators, and they often are drawn to flowers. Giving her very, like, soft flower colors while making the yellow an accent instead is a great spin on bee without going full piss yellow in your eyeball for fighting game. It's a great touch. It really is. I really like this. Oh, Bahonki. I really like her. I really, really do. Like, I'd never seen this character before this. I think I have. Probably important knowing me, but... The eyes are the cutest thing about this character. The eyes are the thing that, oh, Bahonki attacks. The eyes are the thing that tell me, you can tell that her attack method is with the ass or the kneecaps, because that's like the sharp bits. Friends!
The eyes are fake.
Oh my god, are her actual eyes the ones on top of her head? I love that! Her entire face is fake. No! Look at that! Ay, te la comes. Yeah, I like her though. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, like, she's into some freaky shit, and I'm here for it. Shall I give you more love? Yes! Give me! God, I love Darkstalkers. But yeah, look, like, just from one game to another, look how much they've improved in the animation work. It's really subtle. It's just a little bit more framework here and there because you can go a little bit faster, you have a little bit more memory, but it's really good. She's also one of, like, the hardest characters to play. She hits hard, but she has an inconsistent speed. Ooh, she's one of those, huh? Injected him with egg and then, like, fucking flew out. Oh, that is sick. That is savage. She spanks you. I like her. I like her a lot. The moveset is great. But I can believe what chat says about it being inconsistent, definitely. She seems like a hard character to control. I really like bee characters. I think they're very cute. So, like, fun fact, this is something that I just noticed in this animation. If a bee stings you, it dies. Its stinger is barbed, so when they pull their stinger out, when they pull away from the person that they stung, it rips out their organs. So the fact that she stung this dude and died immediately and was just reborn as another bee is the funniest thing ever. Final thoughts on this one, though. I love her. I'm so sure I've seen porn of this. Lilith! Okay, so I'm surprised that Lilith wasn't in the first game. Lilith, if I recall correctly, she's a part of Morrigan. She's a part of Morrigan's soul that was, like, split up into another person. So she and Morrigan have an identical design, except for a few key features. The color scheme is nearly inverted, and she is not nearly as overtly sexy as Morrigan is. So Lilith is cuter. Lilith has a very cute body type. Also, this is a great way to show a character that has adult anatomy, but is still very cute. This is how you draw a petite woman. She has giant hips. Look at the hips. But she's almost flat, right? Other than that, her design is identical to Morrigan's, right down to the outfit being very similar. Morrigan has a heart in her bodysuit, but, like, Lilith does not have the cleavage for that. Lilith has no Baba Doobas. She's a very attractive character, but it's a more subtle sexuality. It's not Baba Boom in your face. It's just soft. This is, like, a perfect example of flat is justice. Her wings, I feel, are a little bit on the sharper side, especially on the ends. They both have the same wings that come out of their heads and hips. I really like the use of red in this. It makes her look more monstery than Morrigan almost, because Lilith, if you guys know your Bible lore, she was like the first woman ever created before Eve. And she became a demon, succubus almost, because she did not want to be subservient to Adam, so she was like, no, fuck you, and then she went to bone the devil. I feel like they could have gone very impish with this character, and it would have also worked, but her being more innocent serves just as well. She might be the reason as to why Morrigan somehow feels like she lacks some confidence, because Lilith is missing. She's more playful, though. Yeah, she seems a little bit more, chill. A little bit more like, haha. She's completely flat, though. There's, like, no tits there. The thighs are amazing. Yeah. The design for Lilith is just... Oh, that's such a cute art style for that. Oh, I love her! And yeah, it's the same outfit as Morrigan, just different colors. Basically inverted color palette, almost. It looks so good. More warm tones. Where Morrigan was more cool tones, I feel like Lilith is warmer tones. That's a cherry red. They start off antagonistic, eventually more like sisters, eventually merging back together. No, don't merge them back together. I love Lilith. She has all of Morrigan's confidence. None of the tits, all of the confidence. That's a great shot. The first thing you see is her eyes, and then your eyes travel, and then boom, bahonky. Fucking great. Very innocent and naive, but also violent, and seems to have some sort of obsession with blood. Okay, so she's more traditional succubus / vampire. Look at the yeah, no, I'm sorry, but like, also I thought that the wings came out from the hips originally. I guess Lilith's come out from behind her back. Morrigan is more curvaceous, she's more voluptuous, but I like Lily's body type as well. She's so cute. And the short hair is a really nice touch. It makes her seem a little bit younger without super nerfing the more adult parts of her anatomy, mainly the hips. She has a lot more artwork than your typical Darkstalkers character. But yeah, I really, really like how she looks in general. I'm gonna fucking pop a little baby triangle for Lilith, because, like, baby girl. I love Lilith. She's so cute. So cute. She's so... Look at the hips! I like that artist embrace drawing Lilith with, like, a fat ass. There's a lot of artwork. A lot of artwork. Again, because she goes, like, hand to hand with Morrigan, so that makes sense. That's a beautifully composed shot. Yeah, she's what I like to call a flat thickie, which means she has a really fat ass, but no tits. There's more confidence in Lilith than in Morrigan, for sure. She's definitely more playful. I'm hot. It's hot and sticky. This is blood. Nice. No, Lilith. But yeah, look at the contrast between them. I'm really glad that there's an illustration that has them together. Between the colors, the difference in fucking hues with their outfits, and the fact that Morrigan has longer hair, bigger tits, more voluptuous, but like at the same time, there's like a quiet confidence in Lilith. Well, not quiet. Morrigan is the one that has like a more quiet vibe. She's more elegant. Lilith is more playful. Lilith is more out there. I would say that between the two of these, like, she would be the louder one, the one that talks more, while Morrigan is a little bit more reserved. They're yin and yang, kind of. Yeah, they're like two parts of the same whole, which is Morrigan herself. They're very cute, though. Lilith is just, like, tiny and cute, and oh, damn. See, that's, like, again, a perfect example of how you make something sexy without being like, ah, tits, right? It's a very, like, subtle sensuality. I love it. Again, so playful, so cute. I like that they have human forms. Her animation idol is very similar to Morrigan. She has, like, that same hand movement. But once she gets moving, the elegance is gone, and it's just pure goblin. It's so adorable. The bunny girl outfit. I like that, like, she wears that outfit without even blinking. It's so fucking adorable. Very peppy, yeah. She's more peppy, where Morrigan is a little bit more elegant, more reserved, a little bit more, like, ladylike, right? Lilith doesn't have that ladylike. Also, I really like how she changes her body to attack. Like, she uses her wings in a very fun way. I don't remember Morrigan's animations. She used them too, but I like how much fun Lilith seems to be having with her wing attacks. Morrigan is wary of killing, Lilith is not. Yeah, Lilith doesn't seem to hesitate at all. Morrigan's sprites were the same up until 2005. Really? I really wish that Capcom, they've done so much good work. Like, I hope that Monster Hunter performs well and they decide to invest in some older properties. That's so cute! There was a running joke with Morrigan's sprite being the same until MVC3, where they had to make a 3D model. But yeah, that's Lilith. Closing thoughts, she's so fucking cute. She's so sexy, so confident, so adorable. The short hair is peak, also flat as justice, also ass. All right, Jedah. Piece of shit. He's giving piece of shit vibes, but in a good way. Big hands. Okay, this looks more like vampire / succubus to me. What is he? Jedah is an alp demon. Okay, yeah, okay. He seems more demon-y. He's evil kinky. I mean, yeah, I can see that, Wilson. At a glance, you can tell that this dude is serving mad fist. I really like his head. Like, this dude is definitely giving Dark Overlord kind of Twinkie fucking Low-key Twinkie, but very powerful Twinkie, if that makes sense. I love his color scheme. This is a color scheme that's mainly cool-toned with some accents. It's very dark also. You can tell he's evil because it's a dark color scheme. And again, like I said earlier, look how pointy he is. When a character is this pointy, not friend-shaped at all, it usually gives the vibe that they're evil, because for some reason the human brain is stupid as shit and we associate pointy shape with evil shape, probably because of claws and teeth. Something in the Oonga Boonga lizard brain associates point with bad. He's literally edgy. I love it though. The coat is kind of like, tell me that coat isn't giving like fucking what, Kingdom Hearts with like how useless it is. Imagine not wanting to button up your coat so bad that you just make really long button straps.
I really like his head. Would you like to rephrase that?
No, that's part of the skin. What, really? The buttons? Kinky on the fighting game archive site? That site is iconic for saving so much vintage art assets and materials, but it's also insistent on ranking shit by his own arbitrary taste. Dude, no, this website is goated. It has everything. The whole outfit is his body. What? It's supposed to be like an old Japanese school uniform. I mean, I can kind of see it. That's gross. So it's like, oh, well, actually, I can't say that's gross. That's how I make my clothes most of the time. It's an incubus with the boss of this game. He's a total lunatic and will rip himself apart for his attacks. Oh, masochist. He's an evil Bayonetta kinky. Ooh, kinky. I like that though, magical clothes. Hey, baby! I like his vibe. I do. I like how pointy he is. Ooh, that kind of fucks though. That's awesome. Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Dio. You can tell when a character's like the last boss of the game because they have a very distinct vibe. He's not super animated. It's very subtle. But like the little bits of animation they did add for his idols mostly rely on like the floaty bits in the clothing. They basically just want you to take him in, so they didn't really over-animate much in the idols. But I can guarantee you that as soon as he starts moving, it's gonna be everything. He has such a good drip! You can always tell who the last boss is because you can tell that the animators were like, ugh, by the time they were done animating them. Look how cool it is! Oh, please don't rip yourself apart for that. Ew. Yeah, no, this dude's into fucking pain, masochista. But look at how well animated that is. Those red parts on his shoulders are actually always bleeding. Well, he keeps detaching them. He's a Catholic, of course he is. It's the guilt that drives you! Oh shit, that's so cool. He likes dealing and receiving pain. He's like that one dude in Baldur's Gate that was like, I'm gonna whip you, you should scream. Did he just get bonked?
His stage has a giant fetus.
Ew, really? Is that the Dio finger touch? It is! Oh my, what the fuck, breast expansion. This dude's been on DeviantArt! Holy shit! But yeah, pretty clean silhouette work, very nice character design. I like the clothes, I like the colors, I like the drip, I really like the shape of his head, it's really cool. Especially the hands. Yeah, the fact that he cuts parts of himself off to attack is really off-putting, but in a good way, I feel. He definitely has last boss energy, for sure. And D. Not a girl. We start with a bulge, we end with a bulge. Wait, isn't this the same dude? It's Donovan, but evil. What? Oh, Ebo ban. You can tell he's evil because now he has a bulge. Donovan who accepted his vampire. Oh, shit. So, I talked a little bit about his OG design. This is kind of like mimicking Demitri Daddy. His fucking outfit is glued on. It's Donovan to be turned. He turned it out, bitch. Look at the bulge. Okay, so the animations are really, really simple. D doesn't have a lot going on for him. I talked about the OG design a little bit. This is more like Demitri. Yeah, holy shit. Darkstalkers has a surprisingly big cast. Yeah, that's it. We start with a bulge. We end with a bulge. Closing thoughts. I think Darkstalkers is a masterpiece in design. The limitations of the time that we had were basically that you couldn't make designs that were super busy. You had to make stuff that was easy to animate and that was also very eye-catching. My favorite's probably the Bee, Morrigan, and Hsien-Ko. Super fucking cute. So many of these characters were so good. Even the dudes were also so eye-catching. I think that we need to...
You forgot Paul Lumbus.
No, wait, fuck you! Sometimes I wish we could go back to this school of design of simple but eye-catching. Because right now I feel like the goal of designing a character, right, chat, should be to show off the character's personality without saying a word. I think that nowadays we've kind of lost a little bit of that in the current trend of making things really, really busy. It's not a bad trend, but it does lose some of the simplicity and the straightforwardness that character design used to have. I really like Darkstalkers. I might do more video game character, fighting game character ratings in the future, rankings in the future, just reacting to, talking about them, because this was really fun. I definitely appreciate fighting games for their simplicity and for how eye-catching everything else without even really trying, right? Capcom, please stop sitting on this property. Pick it up! It's so good. The character designs are so iconic. It's such a fun premise. Come on. Like, dear God, use it. It's so fucking good. It's so adorable. I really like the Bee. But yeah, Darkstalkers, good shit. I think for me, for the YouTube part of this video, this is the end. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe.
Sword Fist!
Tell me what you think if you played Darkstalkers before or if you know of the franchise. Who are your favorite characters?
Donovan!